Scharnhorst was not just another warship, it was a strategic threat. Arctic convoys carrying critical supplies from Britain to the Soviet Union depended on safe passage. A single successful interception by Scharnhorst could destroy multiple cargo ships and disrupt the entire supply chain. This made the ship a high-value target. The British needed not just to defend convoys, but to remove this threat entirely. On December 25th, German Admiral Erich Bay received orders to intercept convoy JW-55B. On paper, the mission was straightforward: locate the convoy and attack before heavy escort forces could respond. However, this plan was already compromised. British intelligence through Ultra had intercepted and decoded German communications. Every movement of Scharnhorst was being tracked in advance. Admiral Bruce Fraser used this advantage to position his forces strategically, turning the mission into a controlled ambush rather than a reactive defense. As Scharnhorst moved into the Arctic on December 26th, a key tactical decision was made. It separated from its destroyer escorts to increase speed and widen its search range. While this improved mobility, it removed essential support, particularly anti-destroyer protection and extended reconnaissance. In an environment with limited visibility and extreme weather, this decision significantly reduced situational awareness. From this point forward, Scharnhorst operated alone against a coordinated enemy force. Initial contact occurred when the British cruiser HMS Belfast detected Scharnhorst using radar. Supported by additional cruisers, the British opened fire. During this exchange, a critical hit disabled Scharnhorst's forward radar system. This was a decisive moment. Without radar in Arctic winter conditions, where daylight is minimal, the ship effectively lost its ability to detect enemy positions at range. Although Scharnhorst used its superior speed to disengage temporarily, it was now operating at a severe disadvantage. After breaking contact, Scharnhorst attempted to relocate the convoy, but without radar and without escorts, it lacked accurate targeting information. Meanwhile, British forces maintained continuous tracking using radar-equipped ships. This shifted the initiative entirely. Instead of searching for the convoy, Scharnhorst was now being tracked, shadowed, and directed toward heavier British units. The operational role had reversed, from attacker to target. Later that afternoon, Scharnhorst encountered the main British force centered around the battleship HMS Duke of York. Using star shells to illuminate the target, British ships removed the advantage of darkness. Duke of York opened fire with 14-inch guns, achieving multiple hits. These impacts caused structural damage, reduced speed, and disrupted internal systems. Unlike earlier engagements, Scharnhorst could no longer rely on speed alone to escape as damage accumulation began to limit maneuverability. Over the next phase of the battle, sustained gunfire further degraded Scharnhorst's combat effectiveness. Speed dropped significantly, reducing its ability to disengage. Gun turrets became less effective due to damage and targeting limitations. Internal flooding and fires added to the operational strain. At this stage, the outcome shifted from uncertain to predictable. The ship could no longer outrun or outfight the opposing force. With Scharnhorst slowed and isolated, British destroyers closed the distance and launched coordinated torpedo attacks. Multiple torpedo strikes caused severe hull damage, leading to rapid flooding and loss of propulsion. At approximately 7:45 p.m., after cumulative structural failure and internal explosions, Scharnhorst capsized and sank. The destruction was complete and irreversible within a short time frame. Of the 1,968 personnel on board, only 36 survived. The majority were lost due to a combination of battle damage and extreme Arctic conditions, where survival in open water is measured in minutes. British ships conducted limited rescue operations, but were forced to withdraw due to the ongoing threat environment. The sinking of Scharnhorst marked the end of a major surface threat to Arctic convoys.